Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Dread Thingonomicon. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this huge gallery of elements for your fantasy role-playing games, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Curio shop and pawnbrokers section. Adventurers returning from their latest heroic exploit need to sell their loot. Curio shops, flea markets, and even pawnbrokers are excellent places to offload items that more mainstream merchants and traders turn down. Such places are often crammed with strange odds and ends. Much is junk, but a few pieces could be interesting, valuable, or both. They could even be the start of the character's next adventure. In this section, you will find tables to determine what the characters find. Perhaps they encounter complications and opportunities. Maybe they meet customers. Or maybe they just find junk and dross. You have a table to determine customers. Maybe the characters meet up with Zachary Keto. He has little money and a large family to feed. He is here to sell his final valuable possessions. He is stressed, hungry, and desperate to get a good price. Maybe the characters meet Emmy Alanen. She is a petty criminal here to sell a few trinkets she recently found. Most are nothing more than cheap pieces of jewelry, but she is trying to pass them off as something more than they are. There's also a table to determine odds and ends. Some of the things found in a curio shop are valuable and some are essentially worthless. Perhaps a small stuffed lizard lies on its back amid other odds and ends. The lizard is missing one eye, but its scales are of a faded blue hue, hinting at, perhaps, some strange or magical ancestry. Maybe you encounter a tarnished dull bronze letter opener. It is shaped like a great sword. In a pinch, it could be used as a dagger by a child, halfling, or gnome. You also have a subsection detailing junk and dross. Maybe this pewter drinking stein has a wide crack in its base. Consequently, any liquid inside quickly leaks out, rendering it useless as a drinking vessel. Maybe a wide crack runs around the mouth of this bright blue urn. The urn is fragile. Any rough handling causes the top portion to slide off the body. There is also a weapons table. Perhaps you encounter that the tip of this dagger has snapped off, and all that remains is a wickedly jagged stump. The dagger's hilt and haft are wrapped in blood-stained, worn leather. Maybe the hilt of this long sword is engraved with several esoteric sigils, denoting victory and glory. The weapon's haft is well worn, implying it has seen much action. However, the blade itself is in excellent condition. There is also a baubles and curios table. Perhaps you encounter comically oversized fine leather sandals. They are clearly sized for a giant of a man, or perhaps an ogre with a particularly refined taste in fashion. Perhaps you find an old tapestry map of the area surrounding the town. The map is dusty and worn and somewhat out of date. However, eagle-eyed browsers spot a tower standing deep in the hills or other inaccessible location. The tower does not appear on more recent maps. There is also a complications and opportunities subsection. Maybe the owner or one of their staff becomes suspicious of the characters. If they appear shifty, the owner accuses them of theft. Or perhaps the shop is shut. If the characters ask around, they discover it is rare for the shop to be shut at this time. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about dark caverns. I think that this curio shop and pawnbrokers section is excellent for a starting adventure or even an ongoing adventure. Each of these different entries can serve as adventure seeds, adventure hooks, or perhaps you can insert some powerful items or even cursed items in some of the wares that the characters encounter in these places. And who knows, perhaps the most important MacGuffin of the adventure is linked to one of the items, complications, or events that you can find in these tables, or perhaps The MacGuffin itself is an apparently worthless item. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.